When I was growing up, we had a butcher. His name was Three Fingers. And I'm assuming he lost the fingers on the job.
La la la, bounce, bounce.
Hey, this is little Danny Patrick. What can I do for you, son?
A pound of bologna and quick, mister.
Sure thing. Hey, nice basketball. You trying out for the team this fall?
Sure am. I'm getting real good, too. On account I've been practicing every day after I do my arithmetic homework. Here, watch me shoot, mister.
Well, hiya, Danny. Let me guess, a pound of bologna.
Wow, you're magical or something, mister.
You behaving yourself in Miss Landers' class, aren't you?
Not as much as I'm opposed to. Miss Landers is real neat, though, and she taught me how to use my radio voice.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. Must not have been a very good butcher.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, my beloved Chiefs dropped a game to Fritzy's Broncos, and despite Peyton and the boys winning, the storyline seemed to be Peyton's rough start. At least that's what I heard in the 5 bars I was at. McLovin, what seems to be Mr. Manning's struggle this early?
It's pretty simple. It's something that's going to happen to all of us. Old age. Actually, during the second quarter, someone tweeted, that's the first time in NFL history anyone's ever thrown a touchdown pass from a coffin. I thought that was pretty funny.
Harsh. Coffin.
That was Todd.
Wow. Well, Peyton's former coach, Tony Dungy, joined the show today and talked about what he thinks Peyton's problem might be.
Gary Kubiak went in with the idea we're going to have a very good offensive line. We're going to run the ball and do what we've done in the past, what he did in Baltimore last year. Run and just throw a minimum number of passes, hit some big plays. Not being able to run the ball, not protect them well. The best thing they did was go to the hurry-up stuff and get Peyton throwing the ball quick and fast. The thing that I was concerned about that I saw was not the arm strength that everybody's talking about, but the 19 incompletions. It's been a long time since I've seen Peyton Manning have that many incompletions, miss that many open guys. I just didn't see the accuracy that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it's just, I was trying not to get too down on Peyton, but after what I saw in the struggles in Week 1 against Baltimore and how long it took them to get going, and they went down pretty quickly, 14-0. I thought it was going to be a blowout, and I feel a little guilty wearing the Manning jersey because I sent a text to the guys, pay done, that he was finished, and maybe he is washed up after what happened in Week 1, and then it was a tale of two halves. He woke up, late second quarter and then in the second half. But if it wasn't for those 5 turnovers, they would have lost, and I don't know how the rest of the season's going to go, but with that questionable offensive line and his questionable arm strength, and as Dungy was saying, 19 incomplete passes and overthrowing guys or throwing it to the side of them or into the ground, it could be a long season for them if they expect the defense to bail them out every week.
Whoa!
Them. Usually it's we. These first 2 games was that.
Dude, you're 2-0.
It's weird though. It's 2-0, but it's a very questionable 2-0, and I feel like there's still a lot of questions left.
They won in Kansas City, and they beat the Ravens, who were many people's Super Bowl picks.
But that came down to the very end, which would almost, I thought they were going to call face guarding on that defensive play at the very end. That was going to make it 20-19 Ravens. And then yesterday, if it wasn't for the fumbles, interceptions, 5 turnovers, including what happened with Jamal Charles, they could have easily
yes or no question.
Easily be 0-2.
Yes or no question. Will the Broncos make the playoffs?
I believe the Broncos will make the playoffs.
Yes or no question.
Yes.
All right, well, Doug Flutie also joined the show today, and much like Tony Dungy, he had some concerns about Peyton.
It did appear to me that his arm strength is not what it used to be for sure. It looks like a big effort for him to throw the ball up the field. The rotation on the ball is just, he's not spinning it. That last touchdown he threw, he spun it. But he had a chance there to hitch up, step into the throw, and turn it loose. There were some outside routes that just, he's throwing a ball with timing to get it there on time rather than turning it loose. And that's just, comes with age.
Yeah, man, people get old. We see it all the time in the NFL and all walks of sports. People get old. The only thing that we don't see is
I mean, to a degree, but his reluctance to even go there, like, what do you mean almost over? Like, Peyton's like, I've probably got a good 2 or 3 years left, right? And at this point, it's like you watch him, you're like, I don't know that he's going to finish the season. He's getting banged up. He can't get tackled like that all the time.
I got a question for you guys. When was the first time or the time you remember or the last time you felt, man, I'm getting old physically?
Physically.
Like a moment, not a general feel, but a moment.
I know for me, it was probably a few years ago. My ankles and calves waking up in the morning just felt like really tight. And instead of being able to once pop up out of bed, sometimes it becomes like stages for me, like whether it's a tight lower back or just cramping in my lower extremities where I really feeling my age. Where I'm not that young whippersnapper that could pop up and just start my day. It was like a process to get
You
it
might
going.
want to see a doctor. Oh, man.
Yeah, I felt like I had played tackle football the night before, and it was maybe my
Those
electrolytes
changes
were-
are a little subtle, though. Like, I hadn't gone snowboarding for like a year or two, and then got up to the top of the mountain and went to buckle in my one, and it was like, whoa, all right. And like, you get up, you used to be able to just pop up and ride down the mountain, but then you're like, you kind of had to get up. It's gonna be fun. And you're like, oh my God, dude, I'm old.
Yeah.
How did this happen? The real time, though, the first time I ever actually felt old, well, it's not really fair, but I was like maybe like 23, 24, something like that, and I was coming out of a liquor store with some booze, and these kids go, excuse me, sir, would you mind buying me and my friends some beer or whatever? And I was like, screw you, kid. Get the hell out of here. And I think I said some expletives to that young man.
For me, it was, I was watching a Cialis commercial during the NFL game. I'm like, that dude's my age. The guy jumping in a hammock with his wife. I'm like, what?
The guy in the Mustang convertible?
Yeah, I'm
driving
like,
down the
what am I
coast?
doing here right now? Do I have to, like, I think I'm still okay in that area. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm underperforming.
Did your wife keep the commercial on?
Yeah,
She
she's
said,
like-
she watches.
Yeah. See, you're gonna clip this. I'm gonna say 20 brilliant things.
You
You're
just
gonna
went
clip
Cialis commercial.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can
lunatic.
relate. You can't relate to some of that. Sometimes, like, I'll go to the restroom. I won't get too graphic, but like I'll feel like, is this considered weak stream? When I'm stopping and starting, do I have some kind of
Fritzy, you've been an old Jewish man since you were 23
I'm
years
being serious.
old.
There are times where I'm like, it used to come out a lot stronger. Now it's just kind of trickling out sometimes, or it stops and starts again. Do I have an enlarged prostate? Do I got to go to a
Yes.
urologist?
Yes.
What's going on?
Dude, you need to see a doctor right now. In
It's
fact,
several
you should
different-
walk out of the booth right
I get
now.
these pins and needles in
You know
my
what the
ankles.
one's great thing?
You got pins and needles in your ankles, dude.
It's not good, right?
Fritzy, one of the reasons I want you to drink beer is because, like, Seat and I, when we pound a couple beers,
You don't think
there's no
about
weak
that.
stream. It's like a fire hose
Just
coming
goes.
out.
But I was drinking a lot of
You gotta
water.
go a lot more. Water and beer are different.
But I don't like that. But going out both ways, actually, as a matter of fact, I'll go and then I'll go a few minutes later, or
Everything
it
you're
comes out one
describing.
way and then it comes out another way. It's very inconsistent.
Yeah. Good question. Good answers.
Go to a doctor right now.
I blame you,
Right
Andrew.
now,
I blame you.
he started this whole thing with the
You went
Cialis.
Cialis on us. Yeah.
Well, if we
Pins
can
and needles
move,
in his ankles is one thing.
Pins and needles in your ankles.
my goodness.
cracking noises.
All right, well, from physical discomfort associated with enlarged prostate and painful urination, there was some mental anguish in the man cave today. Fritzy, you had to change from your Peyton Manning jersey and go over to a Phillip Rivers powder blue. I know you're very superstitious. That's why I asked. This is going to doom your Broncos?
Yeah, I hope not. It certainly didn't help with. I think I put right when I wore the Andrew Luck jersey. Was that before? I can't remember if that was before or after they lost today. It might have been right after they lost. Whatever it was, wearing last season an Andrew Luck jersey and now putting on the powder blue Chargers. It's I am a superstitious person, especially when I get all decked out. When I'm watching games and getting dressed in orange and blue head to toe. And the fact that I was made to wear the Chargers out. But Paulie did say, you didn't have to do it. I didn't have to cave to the pressure. But I got the impression from the guys, especially Dan, that he expected me to put that on. Whether
You
I
could say
want to or
no.
not.
We've said no.
I
I know,
know,
I say that to him all the time when, like, I'll see him doing something for, like, one of our opens or something, and he
Why are you
comes
doing
out in,
that?
like, a towel with a, mask on, and I'm
Glutton
like,
for
dude, you can
punishment.
say no. Like, you don't have to do everything everybody tells you. You can say no, I'm not
I
doing
gotta
this.
learn a little more.
But you know
on
what?
it.
You think how good it
I
would
try
have
to be a
been.
team player, but then
Right, but
there is a line.
Think how good it would have been on TV today if you said, nope, not doing it, buddy. And remember the time I think Dan was going to smash something in my face, like a cake or a pie or something? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. He goes, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, you could try. And I wasn't trying to be a tough guy, but it was a better reaction of his when you said no to him.
But then I thought, then is it going to be a wheel of punishment, or is it going to go like, okay, if you don't put this on, then no Bronco gear.
And
for
so
the
what's
rest
going to
of the
be on the
year?
wheel of punishment? Now you have to wear the Broncos jersey for a whole week. Or, or like a Chargers. What?
It can't be much worse than
It's
what
not
I
going
was
to
already
be,
doing.
we're not going to take your pinky.
Fight the power.
All right. Well, with that, I think we should maybe take a breather, take a break, and head on over to the doctor's office to check our prostate. How are we getting there? Hey, in the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. Every truck can climb a hill, haul a trailer, even tow a boat. This one is going to get you there. You're going to feel a little downward pressure, but you'll feel better afterwards. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. Welcome back to the Box Score. Guys, today DP ignited a debate over those two high school players that clocked that referee from behind. Now, Seton, you strike me as maybe a high school kid that was a little despondent and had a temper. Would you ever go up and pop a referee?
No, not in a million years. But that doesn't mean that I would have been above, like I wouldn't just punch a referee. But do you remember the high school pitcher where the catcher just didn't go up to get the fastball and let it hit the ump? I could definitely think of a few times where like that type of thing had crossed my mind and been like, yeah, we should probably do that. But no, I've never done anything like that. I've definitely had coaches who have encouraged me to do that kind of thing, or coaches that were like drunk, driving us to and from games and stuff like that. I've had a whole slew of really awful people coaching me in sports.
It's also different a little bit when it's an opponent. If they say, I want you to plunk this guy because he hit one of ours or something like that,
That's different.
or slide it. But this
I've definitely hit
ref.
kids pitching in little league and high school
foul
stuff like that.
someone
I've
hard when
definitely
they're going
hit
up for a
people with a
shot.
pitch on purpose. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Well, Paulie, everyone's trying to figure this out. You got two kids that are popping a ref. They say the coach made them do it. There's racial slurs. What are the difficulties in covering a story like this?
The difficulties is not having all the facts and having two separate stories. Because if this story, if the ref did use racial slurs against these football players, it changes the entire direction of the story. Not justifies, but changes it, the entire tone of the story. And if he didn't say that, then these kids are liars and they're criminals. And if they did say it, then if the ref did say this, then it just changes the entire your emotion about the story, the culpability of the kids to a point. And so when you don't know, you can't say, these kids should be put in jail. Well, unless they were called this. So, you always want to have every single fact, which isn't possible in stories where where there's 3 or 4 stories.
Oh, indeed. McLovin, what if this happened in the NFL? What would the aftermath look like?
Oh, my God.
I thought about that today, too.
That's interesting. Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me, but it'd be huge. I mean, everything is huge in the NFL. Everything is times 1,000.
Clint Dempsey, the soccer player, he swiped at a referee's handbook, his little note card, did not make contact with the referee. He just swiped and knocked it out of his hands. I think he got a 6-game suspension and lost a couple $100,000.
Well, in the NFL, there is a lot of people bump the ref either by accident. There's a set penalty. I think it's 4 games.
Oh, if you touch a ref, if you even just if you went like that to a ref, think if you guys targeted with a coach's instructions a ref. I can't imagine you ever playing football again.
Well, football though, it often happens the player will run and get the ref's attention and touch his arm.
Yeah.
And then it's like
which is not an attack.
Yeah, I know, but it's always a football player, they're so freaking big that it's hard to tell what the line is. But like that Clint Dempsey is one thing, man. And Ndamukong Suh starts coming to you, hey, ref, just doing that would hurt your arm.
Well, hopefully these stories don't become commonplace. All right, after this, we set sail for the rum-soaked island of Boxscoria. Yes, well said. Welcome back to the Box Score. Avast ye scurvy dogs, 'tis I, the captain of the Box Score Raider. Wagering whether you know the code of the high seas. Sorry about that. Tomorrow is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we're going to test you guys row versus row to see who knows the lingo of the high seas. We shall call this game Talk Like a Pirate Day pregame show. Perfect. I will give you a term. You give me a broad definition. Front row. The term is no quarter. What be the definition?
I guess it would be akin to
like the quarter deck.
No punishment.
Or your quarters is like where you stay, right? Like, go to the captain's quarters.
Oh, like no vacancies? Or
yeah, like maybe
there's
it's
no
like
room for
there's
you?
no bedrooms on this boat.
Or like, say you want to play one more game of Miss Pac-Man, but you don't have any.
You don't have any
money
quarters.
left. Hey, can I borrow a quarter? And he says no quarter.
Oh, friend.
That's a good point.
Fellow
Metal
pirate
Miss
that won't let you
Pac-Man.
borrow money.
I want to say, can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's when someone does not get punished for something, they don't get retribution.
Okay, is it no punishment? I have the refusal to spare the lives of opponents. That's
That's close.
I think am I in the wheelhouse there?
I
Can
think
you-
The
so.
refusal to.
I don't know.
No, you have the opposite.
Yeah, the graphic rolled, so it's.
So basically, you would kill your
Okay,
opponent.
okay.
You would kill.
Showing no mercy. or
Fair enough.
something.
I was in the, I was,
showing no mercy.
I was going in the right direction, then I got off.
Yeah, okay. All right, back row be next. The word is coxswain. Coxswain. What be the definition?
No.
Sorry. Well, you know what a coxswain is, right? He's the guy at the front of the boat who tells you where to go.
Yeah, he's the one that gives directions to the rest of the crew using his penis as a pointer.
Is that the right answer?
Is it the
Friday
guy?
Fritzy, by the way.
Yeah,
Can
is
I
it?
go to the front row, team?
the coxswain.
No. We're going to see, is it
kinda
the guy
so-
standing in the front of the boat with his wing telling everyone where to go?
He orchestrates with his.
Well, blow me down.
Yeah.
Well, blow me down. Well, blow me down.
Not true.
Correct, so very well done.
Wait, coxswain means the guy who points his penis in the direction. Is that you just gave a correct
I
answer?
don't know how that's possible.
Well, you're going wheelhouse.
was
Yeah,
in- it was
well,
in the
the
ballpark.
penis is optional, and he would be
Ballpark.
hopefully pointed in that direction.
Wow. How did we pull that one off?
Back to the
what it was,
Cialis
right?
issue that we
You
had.
know that one off? Is that
You
a
know
pun?
what?
Here we
That's the
go.
definition.
The thing I said first was what
Front
it is.
row, the term is dance the hempen jig. What be the definition?
Let's see.
Jake, this is kind of your wheelhouse.
Hemp is certainly material they use to build rope and such. I'm gonna
some
say,
type of
I'm
rope
gonna say
dance.
it's some type of rope dance.
Good call.
Ooh, sorry, no, that's dancing with a string.
Yeah. Well, in a way, it's to be
Dancing while you're
executed. To be
inebriated or high.
executed.
Oh, because it's a rope that hangs you.
All right, to the back row.
You had the
Made
rope
it, oh,
part.
I had the rope thing right.
You're
Should get
close.
a
Yeah, I
point.
think you're.
Gee
Yeah,
whiz.
half a point. To the back row. Bumbu. Bumbu. What be the definition?
Oh no, don't talk. Don't talk.
Some type of urban dictionary thing.
Don't do it.
Don't talk.
Now, should we?
Don't talk means don't talk. When instead of
Bumbu.
talking, you don't.
I can't
Bumbu.
say it.
Give him something.
Okay.
I
guess you could.
I
You could,
authorize.
you could edit this out, but I'm going to say it's some kind of pirate. I'm not sure what else it could possibly be. Oh, maybe on Halloween. It'll
Is
sex on
it
Halloween.
what Fritzy said, dear God?
Shocking. It's not that.
Having sex with ghosts?
All right,
It's I'm
the
shocked
correct
it's not- that's
answer
not
is
the
a
right
popular pirate drink made of rum, water, sugar, and nutmeg. So I don't know if that's close or
Oh,
not.
you're not on our side.
No, I'm looking at
encouraged.
Somehow the back row has won all this, so congratulations, gentlemen. All right. After that, yar, we are setting sail for Danny Patrick's locker there on the island of Football Night in America. Yar. But first, it's the box score. We're taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. It is a pirate term all to itself. Guts, glory, Ram, yar. We're closing up shop here at the box score. Sunday, football players will be out there battling it out on the gridiron. Of course, these guys will be following all the details with their FanDuel Listener Challenge. I think the original still demands respect. Let's start the weekend right with this edition of
The Danet Football Night in America Challenge.
All right, week one saw Seton jump off to an early lead, but the season is young. The Sunday night game is the Packers and the Seahawks, a rematch of NFC's title game. So this week, for 1 point, we want to know which running back, Eddie Lacy or Marshawn Lynch, will run for more yardage. And then for 2 points, we will go closest to the hole on total yardage. Seton, you've got the lead, so you're on the clock. Who do you got?
Man, this is tough because I have Marshawn Lynch in my FanDuel draft. So, well, I have to stick with him, I guess. Although, if it was the other way, I would win. I might not win there. I would win here, though. So I can
spread it out.
Oh boy. All right, screw it. I'll go Eddie Lacy. He's gonna put up 170 yards.
Wow.
Big day.
Wow.
McLovin.
I'll go Marshawn with 112 yards.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's a good guess.
Exactly to the number.
That's what Marshawn runs for in every game.
I swear, I had 112.
That's the exact average of what he runs for every single
All
game.
right,
so.
Paulie, you
Fritzy's
can
next.
go below or above that. What do you got?
I'm going to go Marshawn Lynch, Bucko 5.
Marshawn.
Oh, Marsha. Fritzy.
I'm going to go Eddie Lacy, 127.
I'm going to go Eddie Lacy, 126. Okay.
Ooh, what is that all about?
Yeah, all right. Check with us on Monday to see who pulled out of this one. Okay. All right, Fritzy, who's on next week?
We will catch up with BYU quarterback Tanner Mangum. He's going to go up against Josh Rosen at the Rose Bowl, so he's going to be part of Monday's show. We're also expecting to hear from Maurice Jones-Drew of the NFL Network, former NFL running back, and that's what's cooking so far for Monday.
Fantastic. Thank you, gentlemen. We are back here on Monday on Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV. And, of course, the podcast is available on iTunes or podcast1.com. Congrats, Fritzy.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!